So today's is the first session of our this series of. If this is a website, are you all able to see this? G-Store.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the products. Can you read the product names?
Carrot, beetroot, brinjal.
So yesterday when Ronald was asking, now these details of these products are stored in the database. So this is my database. Do you see over here? So whatever products are mentioned in these database tables, they reflect on the website. So as I was telling you all yesterday, I was telling as I was telling you all yesterday, we have a database. In that database we have the details of all the products in a table format. So we'll have a product table, and in that product table we will have details of all the products which we can see over here. Do you all see this? Now how do I show these details to the customer? So I cannot show this table, right? So I have to show these details to the customer in a format in which he finds attractive and he finds understanding, right? So these very details which are there in the database will reflect on the user screen in this manner. So the image will be there, the product title, price. So if you observe, all these details are fetched from here. So if you see over here, carrot, price rupees 50, available 100. So carrot, price rupees 50, available 100, and these description will be visible. This product description, product category, this will be visible when we go to view more, more info, and that will display all the details. So what HTML does is just takes care of the displaying part to the user, how the data needs to be displayed to the user. So HTML is not a programming language. The first thing which we have to learn in web development, the very first thing which we will learn in web development is this HTML. So the first thing which we have to learn in HTML is in web development. First thing which we'll learn is HTML. And HTML is not a programming language. It is just used to show the data to the user, the end user. So how the client sees the website on his or her laptop, mobile, the presentation part is taken care of HTML, just the presentation part, nothing else. So HTML takes care of the presentation part of the website. Am I understood? So we have to learn few tags in HTML which will help us to present the data to the customer, to the client. So if we need to start making a HTML page, it has a fixed format. So this is how a HTML page is made. How a web page is made rather. So this is the HTML element. So whichever element is open needs to be closed. Then a page has a head and a body. A page has a head. This is a standard structure. This we'll have to learn by heart. Okay, so this is a structure of a HTML document. This is a structure of a web page. So whatever page which we wish to open on the internet, that is called as a web page, and that web page has this structure. So HTML, in that head, body, close body. So if I add a slash to the tag, it is called as a closing tag. Now whatever I type in the head will reflect on the web page. So if I type over here, let's say anything, okay, if I type over here NS Wadia College of Commerce, now this will appear in the default font of the browser. So if just write this in the body and save it with the extension .html. So let's save it as demo.html. And now your first web page is ready. But this text which we have written will appear in the default format of the browser. So if I open that, so you have to navigate where you have saved this file. So I have saved this file on my C drive, made a folder by web development, and saved the file as demo with the extension as .html. So if you see over here, HTML document. To run it, right click it and open with whichever browser you have. So if you have Firefox, Chrome, Internet Explorer, whichever browser you have. So I'll prefer Google Chrome. So right click, open with Google Chrome. And now if you see the output, it has shown me NES Wadia College of Commerce, whatever text I wrote, but that text has been, whatever text I wrote in the body is reflecting on the browser in the browser's default font size. Now if I want to add some effects to it, this is where HTML comes into place. So if you want to add some effects to this, the presentation part, now if I want to present this in a different way, let's say if I want to present this wherein I want the name to be in bold, so I'll add a B element over here. B means it will make the text as bold, and whichever element is open needs to be closed, right? There are few exceptions, but most of the element which we open needs to be closed. So now I have written this text in which element? B. B means the text will be written as bold. Whenever you make changes to the HTML file, make sure that you save the changes and then just go and refresh the browser. So I've saved the changes, I go to the browser and I just refresh it. The text has been converted to bold. If I wish to underline the text, so for that you have U element. So U, and always last in first out. the element which is opening last will close first. It's like simple your mathematics parentheses. So in mathematics we had equations, right? So if I had an equation like this, a plus b. Now which bracket do you think will close first? Which bracket do you think will close first? The round bracket, square bracket, or curly bracket?
Round.
Yeah, so the bracket which opens last closes first. After that, square, after that, curly bracket, right? So over here, first I opened the B element, then I opened the U element. Now which one do you think I'll close first? So now this text will get the effect of underline as well as bold. Change, save the changes, go to the browser and just refresh. Do you see over here? So like this we'll have to learn the elements in HTML. That's all. HTML is not programming. How the user will see the data on the web page, HTML takes care of that. So now the background color is white, right? So if I wish to change the background color, so I have to go over here in body and we have an attribute called as BG color, and whichever color you wish you can set it. So if I say BG color equals to what? Red, and click on save, go to the browser, refresh, done. So now instead of having a background color, if you wish to have a background image, so for that we have a attribute called as background, called as what? Do you see over here? So if you wish, and now you will have to give the path of the image. So let me search for an image. So now I have copied this desert.jpg in the same folder in which demo.html is there. So now once both the files are in the same folder, you can just give the file name, and the attribute is what? Which attribute? Background, and background equals to with the extension. So now body is the element. Now how many attributes does the body element have now? The attributes names are color coded to red. So the red color codes are the name of the attributes. So one element can have multiple attributes. So how many attributes of body element do you see on the screen? Yes guys? Yeah, so which two?
Color, background color and background.
Background color, BG color and background. So one element can have more than one attributes, but one attribute will have exactly one value. You can't have more than one value for an attribute. You can't have color red and orange. Am I understood? This is not possible that you give two attributes. So one attribute will have how many values?
Only one value.
One value. And that value, try to give it in double quotes. Try to give it in, whether it is a number or whether it is a string, give it in double quotes. So now let's save this and let's refresh and see what happens to the web page. It has come, right? So whatever background I gave, that image has come on the background. Now To beautify this, we have CSS. To further enhance the beauty of HTML, we have CSS. So first we'll learn HTML and then we'll migrate to CSS. So now tell me, how many elements have you learned so far? Verbally, tell me verbally. Angular bracket, element name, angular bracket close. This is called an element. Yes, guys?
Six.
Yeah, can you name them for me, please?
HTML head, body, bold, underline.
HTML head, body 3, bold, underline 5.
Underline.
Which is the sixth one? And how many attributes of the body tag have we learned?
Two.
Namely,
Color and background.
BG color is for the background color and background is for the background image, right? Okay, now if you wish to add headings to the page. So we have 6 headings in HTML. How many headings? And HTML is case insensitive. HTML is case insensitive. If you write the element with capital H1 is same as writing the image with small h1. So it does not consider the case of the alphabet. Upper case and lower case is both considered as one. So here if you, okay, I've written, what have I written over here? So h1 means the largest heading. H1 means what? So like this we have 6 headings, h1 to h6, h1 to, yeah. So now if I save this and I refresh the browser, do you see this size of the 6 headings? So h1 is the largest size and h6 is the smallest size, correct? Okay, and heading, if you give a heading, the entire line till the end is blocked for that heading, then you cannot do anything over here besides that. So if you want to do anything besides the heading, then you will have to use div tag. We'll have to use which tag? We'll have to use div tag. That we'll do later on. So to give a heading, we have h1 to h6, and if you want to give a paragraph, we have p tag. P tag will give a paragraph. So just copy something wherein we can, so if you wish to give a paragraph, for that we have the p element. So now whatever I have written in this p will be considered as one paragraph. Yeah, it was just 1-2 lines, so it didn't take much space. So if I can copy this and paste it 3-4 times, it will look like a paragraph. Okay, so the purpose of your target should be to understand as many elements as possible in HTML. So in the future episodes we will be covering more elements like this. So today I have just given you all the basic elements, and as we go forward in this course, we will explore more elements. And the internet, the entire ocean of the internet is available to you all. So whenever you all have time, you all can just Google what HTML elements, what to Google, and try to see what that element does. All you have to do is write the element name, put some text in that, save it and refresh the browser and see what it does. So for example, if there is an element called as, you know, how do we write the formula, the chemical name of water? How do we write the chemical name of water? Yes, no?
H2O.
Huh? H2O. Where is the 2 written? Is it this H2O? Is it written like this? Is the H2O written like this?
No, sir.
Then this 2 goes slightly down, right?
No.
So that is called as sub element. That is called as what? So see the difference. See the difference in this H2O like this, and see the difference in the H, then sub 2, sub closes, and O. Now see the difference in both of them. I save this, I refresh. Do you see over here? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Do you see the difference? This 2 and this 2. So which is the correct one?
The second one.
Okay. And how do you write 2 raised to 2? How do you write 2 raised 2 to the power of 2? Do we write it like this? For that we have super tag. We have which one? SUP. What do we have? So your task will be, whenever you have time, try to explore the tags. So 2 and what? Super 2. So we can say 2 raised to 2 equals to 4. So I save this, refresh it. Do you see over here? Yes, no, maybe, guys.
Yes, sir.
So you just have to Google elements in HTML and try exploring them for yourself also whenever you have time. All those elements should be written in the body tag. Should be written where? So this is your skeleton of a HTML page. This is a skeleton of a HTML page. You got to this is the skeleton. Am I understood? So whatever you are doing practice, you have to practice in the which part of the document? Which part of the document? The body part. Which part?
Body part.
Ronald, it becomes very tedious for me to read these chats in between. Because I need to go to this chat tab and then open the chat and read it. So you also please come ASAP in verbal communication. And in that way you can interact with me in a better way, I would say. So whatever elements you are there, you got to put it in the body tag and start practicing. Then we also have one element called as font. Which element? So if you want to color, so see, if you wish to color the, so now this HTML is in which color? The entire text is in which color in this on this
Black.
website? Black color, right?
Black color.
black is the default color of the browser. So if I want color to be, let's say, green, so I'll say what, which element am I using, to color the text,
Font.
which attribute of font,
Color.
and what value have I given to the color attribute,
Green.
green. So now I can just go over here and say font color equals to green. If I close the font after this first H1, what will happen? Tell me. What will happen? If I close the font after the first H1, what will happen?
Only the H1 will be colored.
Only the first H1 will be colored green, right?
Yes.
Yes. So if now I've done this, I'll refresh. Do you see this? Yes. Are you
Yes,
able?
sir.
Do you see this? Only the first H1 is colored green, right?
Yes.
So if I want to color all the 6 HTML as green, then where should I close the font? Where should I close this?
H6.
So I'll remove it from here and close it where? Understood?
H6.
So this is how you got to play with HTML. It is as simple as this. And now if I refresh it, all the 6 have turned to green, right? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
Okay, now if you wish to increase the size of the font, so for that we have size attribute of font. Which attribute of font? Okay, I'll put this font to the paragraph rather, because no need to put size for the headings. Headings have a predefined size. H1 has a predefined size, H2 has a predefined size. So you can play with this size for the paragraph. So font color is green and size is equal to, let's say, 24. If I give sizes as 24, and now how many elements do I have to close when I've opened font? Color and size are the what? Color and size are the attributes of element font, right? So you don't have to close color, close size. Just close the which element? So after,
Font.
okay, where will I close it? After P or before P? Font and P. So which will close first? While opening, I have opened font, then I have opened P. While closing, which one will I close first? Will I close P first or font first?
Font.
No, I'll close P first, because while opening,
He was.
I opened font first and P second. While closing, I'll do the reverse. I'll close P and then font. So this paragraph will be of which size? The text will be of which size?
24.
And what color will be the text be for the paragraph?
Green.
I save this, go to the browser, hit the refresh button. Do you see? The font has changed, the color as well as the size has changed. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we'll halt here for today.